was a breakaway from the Kontagora province, Kontagora Emirate. And, you know, all of these areas were what form
your number one station.
91.7.
Prestige FM.
Also became part of the northwestern region of Nigeria. The northwestern region was included state of Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, and what is today called Niger State. And also it also included Kwara State, the present-day Kwara State. So by 1976, when the military decided to create more states, Niger State was carved out of the northwestern states, and it became a state of its own on the 3rd of February 1976. Officially, that was when the state was created, but it took off officially on the 4th of April 1976 with the arrival of the first pioneer governor of the state, Commodore Murtala Inyako. Murtala Inyako served the state for just about 1.5 years, from 1976 to about 1977, and then he was replaced by Commodore Ibitu Ikiwe. Now, this is how the state took off in terms of governance. People like Ola Oni came in, who handed over to Alhaji Awal Ibrahim, who is now His Eminence, the Emir of Zazzau Suleja, and he became the first elected governor of the state from 1979 to 1983. And when the military came knocking again, he was replaced by Colonel David Anoncholo Bonaventure Mark. And David Mark ruled the state and was equally replaced by Colonel Garba Ali, and then Colonel Leon Godebe also came in, and then that was how the state moved on. People like Colonel Habibu Shaibu also came in, and then so many other people also came to rule the state. Simeon Odoe, a police officer, and so many other people, until the recent nascent democracy that also started with the late engineer Abdullahi Abdulkadir Kuri, may his soul rest in peace, who ruled the state between 1999 to 2007. But over the years, if you look at the time when the Niger province was there, if we have to measure the quantum of development,
your number one station,
91.7.
Prestige FM.
were in Niger State. Like I told you, the entire area was depopulated by the raiding of the Fulani armies who came in for slavery and to also establish Islam in the entire province. So that led to the depopulation of the area. And you know, the establishment of the Fulani kingdom also led to the more establishment of administrative system in what is today called Niger State. The Nupe Emirate was there and was largely taken over by the Fulanis, who also established an administrative system there. Even though they met an already established administrative system, but strengthened it in accordance to Islamic rule. And then the Gwari Native Authority was equally established, and that also led to the establishment of the Zuru chiefdom, and as well as some other emirates that later came up. And you know, over the years we can begin to say, from 1976 when the state was created, how many schools were there, and how many hospitals were there, how many roads were there in Niger State at the time of establishment. Where were the buildings, modern day buildings? When Niger State was created, where was the first secretariat? Where is the staff quarters? Where are so many other facilities and infrastructure that will go with a state? If you look at from that 1976 to now, you will know that the state has evolved and has developed significantly from when it was first created in 1976. Today we can boast of so many things that are of pride to us as Nigerites. And so many individuals have equally evolved and have developed and have made their marks in different sectors of human endeavor. Today in Nigeria, a Nigerite can hold his own anywhere in Nigeria and say, yes, I'm a Nigerite. We have professionals in different walks of lives in who are indigenous of Niger State, and they are contributing meritoriously everywhere around the world. Today we have so many medical doctors, so many medical consultants, we have engineers, we have professionals of different walks of lives, and we have entrepreneurs too who have held their own in the world of businesses. And to sum it up, we also have our owns who have also been able to lead the country at different times and have made their marks and have left their foot on the sand of history in this country. I am sure the history of Nigeria will never be complete if the name Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida is not included. So also the name General Abdulsalami Abubakar. So these are things that we need to look at and say with pride that Niger State has evolved and have developed from when it was in 1976. When the state was created, how many local governments were there? Even though the local government system came in 1978, but again, from 1978, when the first set of local governments were created, how many local governments do we have now? And if you look at Niger State, it has bordered with nearly about 9 states, including an international border with Benin Republic. So I believe that we are simply just waiting for time to see how we can harness some of the potentialities that nature have laid before us on our threshold.
At 49, we're full of optimism on the great future of the states. But comparing it, I will still have to go back there, comparing the development of Niger States at 49 with other states created during that period, 1976. Technically speaking, do you think that Niger State, we can rate its development, let's say 70% or thereabout, with other states created during that period?
Yes, of course. How many states were created at the time? About 7 states. There used to be 12 states in Nigeria at the time, 12 states and I think 1 region. And when 7 more states were created by the government of General Murtala Ramat Mohammed of blessed memory, Niger State was among them, Bauchi State was equally there, and Benue State is equally part of the states that were created at the time. And we also have Plateau State, because then it used to be Benue Plateau. Then they were divided into 2, and Benue was created, Plateau State was equally created. And then we also have Gongola State, and Gongola State used to be the present-day Adamawa State. Gongola State was equally created, and even in the south, we also have Bendel State, which was equally the present-day Edo State. And you can see that with the creation of this state, Bauchi, Gongola, Niger State, and Bendel State, you look at their level of development, and then you look at also Niger State and its level of development. You see that we appear to be on the same level of development. And even though Niger State, with all of its complexities of spans of land, because Niger State has doubled more than some of the states that were created together with. Niger State is has about 86,000 square miles or square kilometer, and that is more than double of Bauchi State and more than double of Edo State or the then Bendel State, and that is equally more than double of Benue State as well as Plateau State. So if we are to measure development, then we should begin to look at indices of development. What are those things you say, these are developments? First, you talk about schools, number of schools, and quality of products that have come out of those schools. That is one. Number 2, you look at number of individuals who have become very functional in the society, number of graduates, number of entrepreneurs, people who have succeeded in walks of life, people who have pushed the boundaries of successes and have been able to carve a niche for themselves. In Niger State, we have them everywhere. Like I have mentioned the two generals that have ruled the country. We also have so many other lieutenants that came after them and have served the country meritoriously. Even during the days of General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Niger State proudly at the time had about 2 governors with that administration. And even prior to that time, we had Colonel Sani Bello, who was the governor of Kano State. And by 1986, we have people like Yahya John Maadaki of blessed memory. We have people like Fidelis Maka, who were from Niger State, and they were governors of various states. And later on, we also have Colonel Idris Garba, who was equally a governor in Kano State, and he's from Niger State here. So you can see, from the military ranks, we had sons and daughters of Niger State who have done very well in that aspect. Many of them have held positions even within the military hierarchy. And today, proudly, we can say that we have had a lot of Nigerites who have done very well. Even in the academia, we have a lot of professors and professionals who have held their own when they were in the academia. So many of them have rose to become vice chancellors of different universities, and many of them have been able to set records of researches in their areas of endeavor. We've had schools that have had rich history in Niger State, secondary schools with rich history, and have graduated so many individuals that today you can pinpoint and say these are product of these schools. We've had entrepreneurs who have held their own. For example, we have the Mandangi, who established the Dangi pharmacy in Kano. Even in the 1970s and 1980s, when you are talking about pharmaceutical stores in Nigeria, Dangi pharmacy will be counted on your fingertips. If it doesn't come the first, it will come the second. I'm talking in Nigeria, not even in northern Nigeria. Dangi pharmacy in Kano. It was owned, or it is rather owned by a Nigerite. And he established that. We've had, even in the past, before the establishment of Niger State, a lot of people who have hold their own and have done very in terms of private businesses. We have the Alhaji Bagudu BCC of blessed memory, who became a leading contractor, a construction company in Niger State, in Nigeria, and have been able to do very well in that aspect. So if you are talking about indices of development, you also look at the manpower and mind power that the state has been able to establish. People who have associated with the state in their various walks of life and have done very well in all of that respects. All right.
We're celebrating Niger State at 49. You can be part of the program by calling through the number 09038 808883, or you can post your comments on our Facebook page, Prestige FM Mina. And of course, we're streaming live on a radio app, prestigefmradio.org.ng. Niger State at 49. What have we achieved, and where do you think we can improve? Hello, good morning. Okay, we missed that call. 0903-880-8883 is the number to call, and of course make your comments. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, sir, make your comments. We missed that call. It seems like we're having some challenges, but try calling in. I'm sure you get through to us. Hello, good morning.
Ambassador calling back from Tudun Fulani City.
All right, Ambassador.
Well, I want to join the rest of Niger Life in Niger State to celebrate Niger. It's a very welcome development. at least we have achieved a lot. And for me, I have stayed in Niger for more than 40 years now. So at least we have achieved a lot. But please, I would like the right Honorable Bago to look into educational sector, you understand, and our health sector. And this issue of thuggery in the state capital, please, he should step up and do the needful in this aspect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gabo the Challenger. 0903-880-8883 is the number to call, and of course, make your comment. Celebrating Niger State at 49. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Madam Memona.
Morning, sir. We have on the line.
Good morning, Dr. Entala.
Morning.
This is MD Owl from Pakungu.
All right, MD Owl.
Madam Memona, I don't think we have anything to celebrate in Niger State, honestly.
At 49? Hi, MD Owl.
I have my own observation. There are a lot of states being being created before Niger State. Honestly, they are far advanced ahead of Niger State. I know there are a lot of challenges, but I'm trying to dish it as say my own my own personal opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why I said we don't have anything to celebrate in Niger State? There are a lot of, if you go to Jigawa or KB State, there are some certain states being created as when they created Niger State before those states. But we go to those states and see the kind of advancement that they are having compared to Niger State. So if you went to those states, Madam Memona, we have nothing to celebrate in Niger State. We just appreciate God for giving us this present governor that we are having now, that is bringing fast development to Niger State. Even what are you coming to? What will you celebrate in Niger State? Madam Memona, if you come to Mina from 15 to 10 years back, Mina looks like the way it was. You understand over then. Since the creation of Niger State. So what are we celebrating? We just appreciate Almighty Allah for giving us this present governor that we're having, that is changing the fortune of Niger State. If not, what are we celebrating Niger State? May Allah continue to see us through. That's my take.
Thank you very much, MD Owl. It's quite emotional on that.
There is a need for people to be positive most at times. If you continue to remain negative-minded, development will come right under your nose and you will not see it. So they said, if you don't visit, you won't appreciate what you have. And definitely you need to visit. Even the states that were created with Niger State, go to those states and see their level of development. And come back to Niger State and see our level of development. And then see some of the infrastructures and institutions that we have. But if you never visit, you don't appreciate what you have.
Hello, good morning. Okay, 0903-880-8883 is the number to call. Of course, make your comments. Niger State at 49. Let's celebrate us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hajja Mimra.
Morning, sir.
Dr. Entala, good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you doing?
My name is Babali.
All right, Babali.
Dr. Entala, I'm proud to be a Nigerite.
Good.
Yes, I've seen development in Niger State. Development is not all about road and buildings. No. Dr. Entala has mentioned it. If I could remember, a Nigerite happens to be a governor in Kano State. He has built the state secretariat in Kano State, of which proudly Kano State are proud of it till tomorrow. So, having a lot of people that are educated in Nigeria to be Nigerite is a very big development. Nigeria is proud of Niger State. Yes, we are productive in terms of agriculture. All we are missing is governance. Previously, we don't have people that are having the mind of this, the developing very well. But now we have seen development. As Dr. Entala says, if you remain in Niger State, you won't know what your state has reached, where your state has reached in Nigeria. Go around and see what is happening in other states. You come back and say, yes, your state is a state. Peacefully, I'm telling you. Why is it now a lot of people want to come and be and stay in making their businesses trying to come to Niger State and to relocate from Nigeria, other states in this country to Niger State. It's because of the development they have seen in the state.
All right, sir.
And the level of hospitality too.
Of Niger, like wherever we are.
Very, very sincere. Very, it's a peaceful state. And I'm proud of Niger State, proudly to be a Nigerite.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Babale, for that comment. 0903880888 is the number to call and, of course, make your comment. All right, Doctor, you wanted to say something earlier.
Yes, you know, like I have said, if you don't visit, you don't appreciate what you have. The Niger State people are very hospitable. That is one unique thing that is common to all of us in Niger State. The Kambaris, the Kamukus, the Nupes, the Bagis are all receptive to visitors. And that is why you see in Niger State, so many other tribes have come. So many of them have made successes in Niger State. So many of them have equally contributed to the development of Niger State. So many of them today have made Niger State their homes. So many of them have denounced their ancestral state and have adopted Niger State as their home state. Why? Because of the hospitality that Nigerites have laid before them, and because of the atmosphere that they have met in Niger State. And that is why so many of them today proudly they can say, I am also a Nigerite. And proudly every Nigerite should be able to raise his voice to the mountaintop and say, I am a Nigerite and I'm proud to be a Nigerite.
All right, we are. Hello, good morning. Okay, 0903880888 is the number to call and, of course, make your comments. We are celebrating Niger State at 49. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Anshala.
Good morning, sir.
I'm still waiting for your call.
I'm calling from Bidda.
All right, sir. Make your comment.
Honestly, Dr. Anshala and Hajia Mimuna, unlike the other caller who's called that there is nothing to celebrate, there is a lot to celebrate. Dr. Anshala, your intro has given cause for us to celebrate. I don't know when some people were born, but up to 1982-83, from 79 to now, I am talking to you driving. I'm on a spot along the school to Mao. That place was dust. Those communities, Kwaso, Daipo, and all those communities there were just forests, dusted places. So Niger State has evolved, it has transformed, it is developed. And it has been developing. But the development and pace of development in Niger State became arrested or stagnant or degenerated. And like some callers said, Honorable Umar Muhammad Bago is giving us hope that all we seem to have been left behind, there is hope in the horizon that we are coming in. Yes, Dr. Ansala, Niger State is so receptive, is so cosmopolitan that someone from Sokoto, Chadi, Adamawa, all them, even non-northerners have come to settle. That is a plus to the people. It's not a weakness. Like Petana will say, it is, hospitality being shown. So Niger State has transformed. And again, Dr. Ansala, historians may have issues with your intro. The Fulani could not depopulate this entity at that one. During the 19th century.
No, I said the Fulani raidings, the raidings by the Fulani armies and slave trade.
The African man was used to conquer Africa by the colonialists. Similarly, the indigenous people collaborated with the Fulani jihadis, and thank God, as you said, you alluded to, there was Islam here before the coming of the Fulani. So the beauty of the whole thing is that the indigenous people have always been there, and the traversing of River Niger across greater part of this area gave that name to this entity we now know as Niger State, the Niger province, the Nupe province, but Age and Lapai Emirates are recent creations. They are very recent creations in history. 100 years in history is recent. So we have been blessed with a centrally located state with endless potentials for transformation. The Economic and Social Council of Niger State, under Law Mbadede, made articulate programs for development of Niger State. And like you rightly said, we give it to the successive military administrations in Niger State they helped in building Niger, even more than the civilian. The only civilian administration that has surpassed all those administrations combined is what we are seeing now under Right Honorable Mohammed Omar Bago. And I want to believe Niger will become the hub of people moving and living and working in Federal Capital Territory. Congratulations, and we wish Niger State more and more blessings of God, because Niger has been there for us.
All right.
Niger State is our pride. Thank you and congratulations, Niger State.
Thank you very much.
Too. Thank you so much, Abubakar Mohammed Bidda.
Jafar Ibrahim Bindaga saying, on this special day, I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to the government and people of Niger State as we celebrate 49 years of statehood. I would like to salute the visionary leaders who have contributed to the growth and development of Niger State, particularly former heads of state, General Ibrahim Babangida and General Abdulsalami Abubakar. Their leadership and legacy continue to inspire and shape the state's progress. As we celebrate this milestone, let's reflect on the state's achievements and challenges. From its rich cultural heritage to its vast natural resources, Niger State has tremendous potential for growth and development. Here is to many more years of peace, prosperity, and progress for Niger State. May this special edition celebrating inspired us to work together towards a brighter future for all. Muhammad Ibn Bukar, okay, thank you. Congratulations to all Nigerians on this remarkable birthday of Niger State at 49. It is a pride being a Niger Lights. Niger State has birthed Kwara, Just, and even Sokoto State. I also celebrate all past and present and serving governors that have served in their state. A lot of achievements has been brought and challenges is clear to all of us in the state. Nigerians should come together and love ourselves deep down. We appreciate the former governor for his efforts. Thank you. Ibn Muhammad from Mina. Ghana Jibril Trachko, 49 years. My question is the creation. How far have we gone in terms of development compared to other states? I think Doctor has already answered that one. Okay, thank you.
Maybe we need to look at some of these indices with those states that were created in Niger State. Okay. In Bauchi State, for example, we have the Yankari Games Reserve, but we also have the Kainji Lake. So this, and then look at the Yankari Games Reserve and the Kainji Lake. Which one is even more attractive? And then we also have the
we don't blow the trumpet. That's the problem. We have,
you know, this is where the issue of tourism,
rich cultural heritage.
Yes, the rich cultural heritage that we have in Niger State have not been brought to the limelight enough to attract even foreigners to go in there and harness some of those,
which the Yankari has done that other states have done
yes,
that.
of course. So even in those years when the northern Nigeria used to have properties, if you go to Zaranda Hotel, for example, in Sokoto State, and the Giginya Hotel in Sokoto State, in Bauchi State they have the Zaranda hotels. Here we have the Shiroro Hotel. But those things are things of the past, and we need to look ahead and see how we can move on with modern things. Don't forget that Niger State is located strategically also at the heart of Nigeria. And no wonder all the hydroelectric dams are located in Nigeria, in Niger State. Of course, we have the Kainji Dam that was constructed in 1969. We also have the Shiroro Dam. We also have the Jaba Dam. You know, all of these dams, and recently we have this Ngeru Dam. So all of these dams strategically are located in Niger State, and they are contributing to the national grid. So we can say that Niger State is equally making its own contribution in terms of electricity generation to Nigeria. So for anybody to come and say Niger State is not developed, we tell him that is according to his own estimation. Then let him name that state that was created together with Niger State that is more developed than Niger State.
All right.
And then we begin to take some visits.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Jamimuna. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, sir. Who do you have on the line?
And I'm Mr. from Limsma.
All right, sir. Make your comments.
In my comment, Jamimuna, what I want to try to say, I know see about of the Niger State, they don't reach 49. Then waiting them to separate for. Look at about if you enter Niger, if you pass in Niger, you go not say don't pass in Niger. If you enter for Niger, you go not say don't enter Niger. Then they will clear their road. Now it be the worst of road of Nigeria. If you are sure they're doing fine, now you go put your attention anywhere you go, everything there no man. I think make the not just that the issue for this religious to people to hear. They're mocking the about anywhere you want to get. They're mocking the for their road might be bad for Nigeria.
Right.
Yes, if it will do you good to help us to tell the federal government, because Niger State have suffered neglect from the federal government. The federal government have refused to look the way of Niger State to develop the roads, its roads that are domiciled in Niger State.
Okay, federal roads, not state
all
roads.
All the federal roads are in bad shape.
All right.
When you plight the federal roads, they are in bad shape in Niger State, and this is owing to the number of years that Niger State have suffered neglect. You can still recall some years back during the tenure of Abubakar Sani Bello, he was able to put up a very crack team of sons and daughters of Niger State to go and plead with President Muhammad Buhari to please come and construct the roads, the federal roads in Niger State. Until he left office, he did nothing. So all the roads, all the federal roads belonging to the federal government in Nigeria, in Niger State were neglected. And that is why anytime you are passing through Niger State, you will meet rough roads. Those roads belong to the federal government. I don't expect the state to construct roads that are belonging to the federal government. Because roads in Niger State are the largest in terms of number, and they are the longest in terms of kilometers. So, and with the little resources coming to Niger State, you don't expect Niger State government, in view of competing demands before it, to begin to embark upon reconstruction of federal roads on behalf of the federal government. Where is the resources? Where will the resources come from? So Niger State have suffered neglect from the federal government over the years, and this administration have also continued on that trajectory. You can see that even since this administration came in about 19 to 20 months ago, up until this moment, not a single kilometer of road has been constructed by federal government. I still stand to be corrected. So Niger State is suffering from neglect. Neglect not because we don't vote for successive government, but because successive government have underrated our immense contribution during elections. And I think there is the need for our sons and daughters to begin to raise their voices so high so that those within the corridors of power will begin to feel the heat of pressure coming from Nigerites. Enough is enough. Niger State has been taken for granted, and we cannot afford to tolerate this. You can even see what is happening, even with the dams that are domiciled in Niger State. Where are the tenement rates? What are we getting in return for all of that? So I think it's high time we should begin to speak out. We can do it. In Niger State, since the inception of this democracy in 1999, we've had block votes. Block vote in the sense that when we make our minds to vote for a particular party, we go in unison and vote for that party. So Niger State is a stronghold for any aspirant who is aspiring to rule this country. And I believe that with the kind of vote that we are contributing at the national level, no candidate will afford to overlook Niger State. But we have been so neglected by successive administration in Nigeria.
Sideline. All right. Jimo Idris says Niger State is progressing. Niger State is developing. Niger State is promoting. Some states can be ahead of Niger State, which Niger State is also ahead of others. Kudos to Niger State. Thank you, Jimo Idris. Abba Jamal is wishing us all the best. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, doctor.
Good morning, sir. Morning, sir.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
My name is Comrade Monday.
All right, Comrade. Make your comment.
Doctor, Almighty Allah will bless you and Auntie Maimuna.
Amen. And you
too. I have concorded with you. We have suffered, enough is enough between Niger State and the federal government. We have suffered so much neglect from the federal government. If we today decided to block all the federal roads in Niger State, I think it will not take more than 12 hours. The federal government will hear our cries. Because how could the whole federal government with federal roads that pass through Niger State? I have not seen a single state that you pass through in Nigeria without passing either inside Niger State or part of Niger State. But up to date, we have been crying for the federal roads, and we have the major federal roads that pass through the country through the Niger State to other parts of Nigeria. That is my take this morning.
Thank you very much. Still talking about roads, which has been a challenge to Niger State over 49 years in existence. But let's celebrate Niger State at 49. How can we improve the state? And, of course, looking at the achievements recorded so far. Hello, good morning.
Ajami, I'm very sorry to come back.
Briefly.
I think somebody that is not up to 50 can never see the development of Niger State. Yes, because if you look at Zingiru, proudly, as Nnamdi Azikiwe was a Nigerite. Federal government neglected Nigerites. Look at what is happening with Barrow. Till now, the Barrow port has not been working. Look at what is happening. A lot of things, a lot. Federal government just neglected Niger State. Niger State will have been the best, I'm saying the best state. Part of Niger State was being removed to make the federal capital of Nigeria. Yes, we are proud of that. But it's because of the negligence, you understand, that the federal government neglected Niger State. That is why. And somebody talk about road. Road is not the only development. People should know. Road is not the only development of a state. It's a plus, it's an addition. When a state is developed, yes, road should be part of it. In terms of education, we've gone far. We are civilized. Nigerians like us very, very civilized. We are very wise enough. Thank you very much. My name is Babale once again.
All right, thank you, Babale. It's like saying that it's not just the road construction and others, but let's look at other indices of development, and you'll see that Niger State has performed credibly well in that aspect in 8 49 years of existence. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you, Auntie Memona. Good morning, Dr. Antala, Professor.
Good morning, sir.
Doctor, thank you very much for bringing this, the celebration of the 49 years at the Niger State. I was not born at that time, but today I'm seeing and I heard you have already finished all the submission that we supposed to have by you and the Auntie Memona. Our own is just a prayerful. We are praying for the Niger State. And because our junior sisters are coming up, this record that we had, we are going to tell them, and that anything that you do in life is a record. This issue that you have spoken, Dr. Antala, if God's fear, God has already taken your life today, you have already entered record. I would say Dr. Antala has said so. And this is not a bad thing that you said. This is clearly what is moving on in the society, and you have said, and that your little advice has already been done. So for now, at this junction, our own is just prayerful, and we love the way you are bringing things to us to know, even though we know, we should keep it knowing again. And we celebrate anybody that died in Niger State since that 49 to death. May Allah grant in Al-Jannah. Even you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you die in Niger State. Today we are praying for you. Other people are here to call.
All right, thank you very much, sir. All right, doctor.
Yes, you know, one thing that is unique to us in Niger State is that all the languages domiciled in Niger State belong to the Niger Congo. The Niger Congo is a linguistic family that included even the Nupes, the Bagis, the Kamukus, the Kambaris, and all other tribes that are domiciled in Niger State. And when you look at the Niger Congo line of family, language families, they have similarities in terms of the language structure itself, in terms of tradition, in terms of culture. You realize that the cultures are interwoven. And that is why today, when you see the Bagi man and you see the Nupe man, you see some similarities, some striking similarities. When you see the Kambari man, you see the Kamuku man, you see some striking similarities. And this intertribal trading, intertribal settlement and all of that have also helped to unify and solidify our existence as Nigerites. And that is why today we find a comfort in each other. And that is what has led to all of this development. And this unification, this oneness that we have enjoyed over time, and which God has done in his wisdom to bring us together as Nigerites, I pray and hope that we'll continue to enjoy this oneness, so that together we can move Niger State forward. The Bagis, the Nupes, the Kamukus, the Kambaris, and all other tribes, that the Koros especially too, and all other tribes that are natives of Niger State, please let us continue to see that onenessness and continue to work assiduously so that we can move the state forward and continue to say, yes, we are Nigerites anywhere, and we are proud to have come from Niger State.
Definitely, we are proud Nigerites. Muhammad Awal, let's wrap up with these messages on our Facebook page. Muhammad Awal is saying, happy 49th anniversary to Niger State, proud of our heritage and progress. Here is to the next chapter in Niger State history. May it be filled with progress and prosperity. As we celebrate 49 years, let's reflect on our journey and look forward to a brighter future. Niger State, a state of limitless possibilities, celebrating 49 years and counting. All right. Umar Farouk Tagina. Okay. Congratulations to Niger State for clocking 49 years. I pray Allah to continue to provide us with people that have the compassionate to the state, but the sad aspect of it is, okay, still on road and water. Thank you very much, Umar Farouk Tagina, for that comment on our Facebook page. Okay, on behalf of Dr. Muhammad Antala Aliu, and happy 49th anniversary to Niger State, to you, to the DCA on duty, Mesa, and Stephen Jia. My name is Maimuna Muhammad Babang. The same, be good citizens of Nigeria, and happy birthday, Niger State. Let's make the states progress positively. Good morning.